Alright, welcome back to my channel. In this video we have two circuits connected in parallel, namely R1 equal to 3 ohms, R2 which is unknown, and we have R3 as 4.5 ohms, and then the current flowing through R2 in parallel is 2.5 amps, and then the voltage drop given across this parallel is 10 volts. This total current is also known, and the question says find the voltage drop across 4.5 ohms. Now let's put this so we can say that the current, this 2.5 is the current, that is the current in what? R2. So that is the current in R2. We should all know that in parallel circuit, this total current part will flow in this direction, and then part will also flow in this direction. So current in R1, we have to look for that. So before then, let's put the current in R2. So the current in R2 is what? 2.5 amps. So to find current in what? R1, let's first of all find what? R2. So let's find R2. And we know in Ohm's law, R2, this R2, since voltage, this 10 volts is the same amount of voltage flowing around this parallel circuit, then we can say this 10 divided by what? This 2.5. So in Ohm's law, we know voltage is equal to what? Resistor is equal to voltage over what? I. So the voltage drop across parallel. So let's make it like VDP over the current in R2. So current in R2, which is equal to voltage across parallel is what? 10 over what? Current in R2 is what? 2.5. 2.5. So 10 divided by 2.5 will give us 4 ohms. So now let's go back and write 4 ohms at R2. So now we know our R2 is what? 4 ohms. Now that we know R2 as 4 ohms, then now what we are going to do is that now we know this voltage divided by this R2 will give us this. And if we divide this 10 divided by 4 will give us 2.5 amps. So the same thing, 10 divided by R1 will give us current in R1. So now we say current in R1 equal to what? Voltage drop across parallel circuit over R1. Voltage across parallel circuit is what? 10 over R1 is what? 3. So 10 divided by 3 is what? 3.3 amps. So therefore we can say total current, which is this total current, equal to current in R1. So let's go and write current in R1, what we just solved, this current in R1. Let us go and write it here, which is 3.3 amps. So that is the current flowing in R1. And the current flowing in what? R2 is 2.5. So now we can say total current equal to current in R1, this current in R1, plus current in R2, this current in R2, which is 3.3 plus 2.5. So current in R1 is 3.3, current in R2 is 2.5, which is going to give us 5.8 amps. So this is the total, this has been the current, which is total current, so 5.8 amps. Now that we know the total current, then we know that this total current, when it flows 2.5, when it gets to this particular junction, 2.5 amps is going to flow in this 4 ohm resistor, and then part 3.3 will flow around this through this 3 ohms resistor. Therefore we can say that this same current, which is 3.3, will flow through this resistor and comes here, and this 2.5 will also flow and also come here. once it's joined here, this 5.8 amps will be what will flow here. So what flows at this junction, part pass here, which is 3.3, and part pass here, which is 2.5, they meet together, it becomes 5.8. Therefore, we can say, the question says find the voltage drop across 4.5 ohms resistor. Therefore, we can say voltage drop across 4.5 ohm resistor is now, we know in Ohm's law, voltage is equal to what? Current times what? R. So we can say now total current equal total current times R3, which is going to be 5.8 times 4.5. So when you multiply, so voltage drop across 4.5 ohms resistor, 5 times 8 times 5.8 times 4.5 will give us 26.1 volts, which can also be written as 26 volts. So this is our voltage. So now the voltage across this 4.5 ohms is what? Is 26 volt. Now we have our answer, but in case you want to prove and see whether your answer is correct, let me show you the way of doing it. Just add this voltage, this 26 plus this 10, which will give you the total voltage as 36 volts. Divide it by 5.8 and you will get the total resistance. So the question did not tell us to prove, but let us do here. We know in Ohm's law, parallel circuit is what? R1 times R2 over R1 plus R2 plus R3, which is resistance. So it's going to be R1, this R1 times R2 will be what? 3 times 4 over 3 plus 4 plus what? 4.5. Now 3 times 4 will be 12, divided by 3 plus 4 will be 7. 12 divided by 7 will give us 1.7. 1.7 plus 4.5 will give us 6.2 ohms. Now this 6.2 ohms, when you multiply this 6.2 ohms by this 5.8 ohms, so when you multiply, you say total voltage equal to what? This 6.2 ohm, which is the total resistance, 6.2 ohm times the total current, 5.8 ohms. You get the answer as 36. So just do it and see. When you get it, just drop it in my comments and then we'll check whether you got it. All right, keep on following me and keep on sharing my videos and keep on liking my videos. Bye for now.